you, my name is Anita. Make sure you hit subscribe if you want to join our little family. I'm sure you've clicked on this title because you want to build a beautiful plant stand. Please ignore the actual plant. She's kind of dying. I'm a horrible plant mom. I'm really trying, and I'm gonna like fix her. I actually filmed the DIY part of the video like last week and she was more alive than she is today, so I feel really bad. If you want to build a plant stand, it's so easy to do and it costs literally about $5. Honestly, it's not like your $200 that you see everywhere else. It's $5 and it's super simple. Please keep watching. I don't know if this is gonna work or if I'm doing it right, but I'm gonna try. Let me just start by talking about this pot. It's got this lovely pattern on it. I picked it out yesterday. I had so much trouble trying to find a pot. I mean, you can get them, but they're so expensive, and I was like, I don't want to pay like $70 at a minimum on a pot. Some of them were like $200 plus, even without the stand, and some of them you could find the whole thing purchased for like 100 and something, but I was like, I can get it done so much cheaper than that. Anyway, so I went to this pot warehouse yesterday. Yeah, I went pretty far, and they had the white pot that I was looking for in particular, but it was still $40, and I was like, really? So I was like, I will paint it myself. So this one I got is a clay one, just a terracotta pot. I paid like 20 bucks for it, which is still like, I'm like, really? For a pot? But still, okay, that's what you're gonna give me, fine. I might even just screw up with this pot, but I bought spray paint. I'm gonna spray paint this pot white. I opted for a glossy finish, so it's gonna hopefully have this white glossy glow to it. And then in terms of the materials, let's go through it. So I've got 4 dowels, so these will be the stands, and this is how cheap this project really is, assuming you have the tools to make it. I had to buy a few tools because obviously I don't have my tools from home or anything like that. In terms of material, the pot was $20, the dowels were $1 each, so it's $4. This was like $2, including getting it cut at the hardware store. I went to Depot, whatever. I spent like $2 on a pack of dowels. And then just little stuff like wood glue and things, and that's about it. That's literally all you need. So literally the project, if you have a pot, the project is costing you under 10 bucks to do it. So don't need to pay like that $100 to do it. Anyway, let's actually get started. So I need to go outside, but I've never spray painted before, so I'm just really nervous and excited if I could even open it. Oh gosh, this is gonna... part is to actually make the X part of the stand itself. So you need to make the groove the thickness of this to halfway down of this guy, if that makes sense, because it's going to go right down in the middle. So I forgot to mention the most important part was the diameter of your pot has to be the length of your pieces of wood. So my diameter was 12 inches, hence my pieces of wood are 12 inches too. I'm just gonna measure it out like with a pencil and a ruler. And then I bought this little hacksaw. Obviously, if you've got like an actual saw, it's gonna be 10 times easier to get this out. So I'm just gonna like make little saws and then just kind of chisel it out. Side note, like I can smell the spray paint from here, and I feel kind of bad now because I live in an apartment block. I don't even know if I'm allowed to be spray painting out there. So I hope no one gets mad. I mean, it's like 5:30 on a Friday afternoon, so people are gonna be home. I should have done this when they were out in the day, but oh well. Okay, so I hope the concept just made sense. So what I did was I drew out literally halfway down to the same thickness as this across so that it can interlink. Now the whole idea is I'm just gonna clamp it to this table and just try and hacksaw it down and make some little chisels into this little wood till I reach that point. It doesn't have to be too neat because hopefully it doesn't. This is supposed to be the easy part, by the way, so I don't know, but I have a vision, so hopefully. Aware that this is not a chisel and it's a screwdriver, but you know, that's all I had and I couldn't be bothered buying a chisel for one reason, so I didn't do that. And it did the job because it doesn't need to be a perfect cut because I'm gonna like hammer this shit in together so it fits really nicely. Incredibly shiny in here, but yeah, we've got these in now. They're looking pretty good. These are gonna be the legs of the thing. I think they're like, I can't remember, like 3/4 inch. So I decided I wanted mine to be 21 inches long. So my pot is 12 inches diameter. And I wanted 21 inches legs with 7 inches to be like on the pot, if you get what I mean. So I want the cross to sit about here. So this is Oprah as she is right now, and obviously I couldn't use this one because it's tapered in, so you want like a cylinder sort of pot, hence what I'm doing out there. If you get what I'm saying is, so obviously it's not exact, but it would be something like that, and then the legs would extend like that, if that kind of makes sense. I'm so excited for you, Opie. So now with that said, I need to mark on here where 7 inches is. This will kind of go in like that.
Those fries are delicious.
Oh, I didn't know you liked French fries. Help yourself. What's mine is yours.
Oh, wow, are those stuffed clams?
So I've marked my 7 inches on the thing, and that's kind of like the part that I want to be on the plant per se. So this needs to touch the bottom there. So to get it in like that, I'm gonna drill 2 holes here, and then the same 2 holes here, and then use these little dowel pins to like plug them together. So I've got this little piece of paper which I traced out, which is exactly the size of the end here, and I'm gonna mark 2 holes equally in there, so that I just need to get a pencil, mark it on the wood, and then do the same on this side, and then I know exactly where to drill my holes. So now that I've got my drill going on, I need to work out what half of this dowel is, the measurement, and then I'm gonna tape off my drill so I know exactly when to stop drilling into the dowels and the piece of wood, if that makes sense, because you don't want to go all the way because then it's just gonna fall through. So you just want to go half on the piece of wood, and then you want to go half on the dowel so it joins up nicely. So I just realized my biggest drill is not big enough for this. I'm gonna have to go out this now and get another drill. Damn it! So I just found a solution to my problem. I looked inside my toolbox from all the furniture I've been building, and they always keep all the like random stuff just cause. And I have exactly 8 dowels from everything that are the same size. They're a tiny bit smaller. Comparatively, they're like one little bit smaller. I mean, I should go with the big ones though, keep it stronger. Damn it, I'm going with the big ones, forget what I just... Yep, we are going with the small dowels. I've decided, I've made a decision, and we're just gonna go with them and call it a day. I was like, oh, are they too weak? But I was like, no, if they can put together a set of drawers, then they can put together a little plant stand. And we're using the wood glue to secure it anyway, so it's gonna be fine. Okay, so now I've got all my holes in, everyone is happy, everyone is well. Now I just need to assemble the thing, so I'm just gonna start by putting this in, connect them all together, like that. And then we're done. Look, it's all together. I might varnish it, I wasn't going to, but it does look a bit grungy. So I'll wait for it to dry. It's still having a nice little dry. So I just came inside. Look at it, it's pretty good. You can't, it's not the best lighting out here, but I did pretty good. Not too shabby. Okay guys, so it's the next day and I've come back and look at it. I don't know with the finish now if I want to stain the wood. It all depends on my coffee table, which I haven't got yet. So if my coffee table is this sort of big birchy, sort of piney color, then I'll leave it. If it's a bit darker, then I'll stain it. But it is looking pretty good. Well and good that it's like stable, but let's see if it actually fits the pot. So the pot is completely dry from its spray paint yesterday. I've got it over here. She's looking pretty good as a pot itself. Let's see, she's pretty heavy, I've got to admit. Ah, look at Okay guys, so here is the final product. So I did actually just stain it today. It is not that dark. I might need to do a few more layers of stain, but it is looking pretty good and it holds the plant. Clearly she's not in the best condition right now. I'm really trying. If anyone knows, can't even remember what type of plant she is, but if anyone knows how to actually help her bring her back to life, that would be really good. Comment below. But other than that, how simple is that? It costs about $5. You only need the dowels and you need the cross right there, and you're pretty much free to go. And then you just, if you want to stain it, stain it. If you don't, then don't. But I've had this on this stand for over a week now, and she is doing fine. It is strong enough, it is sturdy enough, even though we decreased the size of those dowels. So that's super simple. Thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions, obviously comment them below. If not, make sure you hit subscribe and click the little notification button, because I will, promise, I've been so bad, but I am back on track to posting every Friday, so you'll be notified exactly when I do so. And thank you again for watching. I hope you have a lovely day. Bye.